The way we buy and sell our homes has really changed over the last few years. Thanks to the internet, we no longer need to traipse up and down the high street looking at estate agents' windows. So that begs the question, do we really need estate agents anymore? Or does the web mean it's now easy to sell your home on your own? I'm thinking about selling my flat in the next year or so I thought I'd find out more.
So in this video, we're going to get some head-to-head opinions from an estate agent and a fan of online-only sales. Representing estate agents, we'll hear from London agent Philip Bullman. And on behalf of the online DIY sale, we'll hear from TV presenter Sarah Beeny, who has just launched a property website herself called Tepilo.
Nowadays, buyers go straight to the internet. You don't no longer wander around high streets looking in shop windows. I mean, you do perhaps for fun, but not if you're genuinely looking for a house. And I thought, well, if all the buyers are heading straight to the internet, why can the sellers not head straight to the internet? And the two major property portals are only able to be used by estate agents, and that seemed a bit mad to me.
I think there are a lot of issues. There's people saying that you can do it yourself, but I certainly think that there are still a lot of people out there that don't want that direct communication with the person that they're actually buying from. And likewise, a seller, doesn't want to have to deal with certain issues that will arise when they're selling to someone that they don't really know.
I think Philip has a point there. If I was selling my flat and my potential purchaser got a bad survey, I wouldn't relish negotiating a reduced sale price. In fact, I can easily imagine an argument breaking out and maybe the sale would fall through completely. So I prefer to let an experienced negotiator take the strain, assuming the price was reasonable, and that's the crucial point. So how much do the respective services cost?
We have no intention of charging the customer any money. So you can go to Tepilo, you can put your house on Tepilo, sell through Tepilo, and it's completely free, the whole process. I think that it's a lot of money that you pay for an estate agent. Bearing in mind, when you sell, say, an average house, you might sell a house for £300,000, wouldn't be unreasonable today. And if you pay 3% plus VAT of that, you're talking about £10,000 odd pounds. Now that's a lot of money, £10,000 to pay an estate agent. Bearing in mind you pay your solicitor perhaps £900, and then you pay your estate agent £11,000. I kind of think there's a major difference there.
Well, I think at the top end, then you're talking about companies like Foxtons, and they will have their own reasons why they're charging that amount. I think if you go out in the general market, it is competitive and you can get better fees than 3%. I think if you look throughout London, you will see that probably the average fee is something like 1.5% to 1.75%.
At 1.5%, you could end up paying more than £5,000 to sell a one-bed flat in London. At 2%, it would be more like £7,000. That's big bucks, and I'm not convinced that your average estate agent will sell the flat for £7,000 more than someone who is using Tepilo. So can estate agents justify their chunky commission? What do they do beyond sticking a photo in the shop window?
The internet web page or your shop front is just the tip of the iceberg. Obviously there's a lot of communication, a lot of calling, a lot of viewings. The viewing ratio has gone up massively since the credit crunch arrived.
What's the viewing ratio?
The viewing ratio probably 2 years ago would have been for every 8 viewings you would have got an offer. Right. Now it's probably every 30. So you've got to get a lot of people through the door.
Yeah, I mean, estate agents do offer hand-holding, but it comes at a lot of money, and ultimately Tepilo offers you hand-holding through the process as well, and that was one of the things that I was very keen to do, is to help people through the whole process. So if you use the site to talk to potential buyers or potential sellers through the site, we'll guide you through the process. We'll explain to you what I mean, there's a lot of terms that are dressed up as terribly complicated, and actually it's not that complicated buying or selling a house. I mean, the fact that a lot of people don't understand the difference between an exchange and a completion is not because they're silly, it's because no one's told them.
So what do you think? Well, before we made this video, we polled lovemoney.com readers for their take on estate agents. 88% said they had used an agent when they sold their last home. Yet only 37% thought their agent did a good job. And only 10% thought that agents were worth their commission.
That suggests to me that many estate agents just aren't offering value for money. Organising 30 viewings really shouldn't cost anywhere near £7,000.
But the good news is there's now an attractive alternative to estate agents. Sarah has produced a great site at Tepilo, and there's lots of good information there. If you've got the time to manage viewings and you don't mind doing direct negotiations with a buyer, I think there's a strong case for doing a DIY sale.
As for me, I'm still leaning towards using an estate agent. I don't have the time to manage viewings, and I really don't want to get involved in face-to-face negotiations. But for many people, I suspect that doing an online sale on your own is the way forward. And who knows, maybe the competition will force estate agents to raise their game.